I mean, there was a time in my life, being that I am Afro-Latina, like Puerto Rican people would be like, no, you're not Puerto Rican enough. Like, you're more black than you are Puerto Rican. So I would experience that from time to time to the point that I just, like, people don't even know I speak Spanish fluently. Like, I just kind of shied away from it because I would constantly be told, like, no, you don't look like a typical Puerto Rican or anything like that. And then I just learned to embrace it. And
what is looking like a typical Puerto Rican? I don't understand that.
I didn't get it either. Right. But I'm so proud to be black. I'm so proud to be Hispanic, and I embrace it all.
And you're in BMF and you've been in power.
The dominant narrative is that racism doesn't exist in the region, just class issues. And I'm here to tell you that is a lie.
Pero que no hay negros en la Argentina.
It's a very convenient cop-out for Latin America and for Latinos, Latines to say, well, it's not as bad as the U.S., and they're right. It's worse.
This is a story about Latin America's long and brutal history of erasing and silencing black populations and its ploy to whiten society. Here's the thing. Anti-blackness is so deeply ingrained in the Latin American region that it's often ignored or defended. Like in the case of Dominican baseball player Sammy Sosa, who downplayed using a bleaching cream that whitened his skin. From Peruvian newspapers using 159 different racist adjectives to describe African-descended people, to terms of endearment like mi negrita, which actually stem from the idea of people as property, to blackface, used as a form of entertainment. It's all part of a slew of everyday racism. There is plenty of evidence showing that racism is rampant in Latin America, but many Latin Americans have evaded accountability by treating racism as solely a U.S. problem. Unlike the U.S., where racism was upheld by legal separation like Jim Crow laws,
you're not a Texan if you're not for segregation.
Countries including Colombia, Mexico, and Brazil encouraged the mixing of different racial types, known in Spanish as mestizaje. As a result, this ideology of mixing has been used for centuries to deny the presence of black and indigenous people throughout the region.
This idea that everyone is mixed also has been completely overblown because Latin America is not unique in its mixedness, but that has been the mantle that it has taken upon itself so that you can evade accountability. How can we be racist if we're all mixed? Well, you certainly found very many ways to be.
Meet Harris Machado. She's Panamanian American and the producer of Negro, a docuseries about Latino identity.
We all know those sayings. You're treating me like a black person. Trabajar como un negro, working like a black person. Don't marry a black person. Come on. Be serious again. And everybody knows these sayings. This is every single last country. Like, stop playing with us. Stop playing in our faces.
To understand how deep anti-blackness runs in the region, let's go back a couple of centuries, starting with the wars of independence from Spain for the region now known as Latin America.